Well, happy National Bat Week. We are in this last week of October, and that is Worldwide National Bat Week. And so I am back at one of my favorite places in the park, the Meadows Picnic Area Shelter. And I've been standing here about a half hour just listening to the bats squeak and squeak and squeak and squeak and get ready to drop out, and hopefully they will do that in short order. But I want to tell you a little bit about bats and about bats at this time of year. I mean, here we are in a few days just before Halloween, and it is indeed Bat Week. But, you know, what's going on in their lives right now? And as we always do, you know, how can we just sit amazed with these creatures and amazed with our very creative God? So here we are. It's going to be, it is a beautiful day right now. It's probably almost 70 degrees, and it's evening, getting toward evening, and it is still just perfect and bright and orange and red and all of that, which we talked about a little bit last week. But the insects are still flying, which is a good thing for the bats. So as you figure, hi Liz, as you figure it, bats, as you probably know, they use their echolocation and they fly around, and that means that they're sending out little beeps and blips, and then as I just had a mosquito fly past my face, that would bounce sound back at them in their ears, and that's if you watch them flying and they swoop and they dive and they change direction, they're going in to catch these things that are all around me right now. It's a very buggy night. So that's cool in and of itself. High-pitched squeaks, and then that sound bounces back and they know where food is. And it bounces back differently if it's a big old moth or a little mosquito. And they are just absolutely amazing when it comes to pest control and just the like millions and millions and millions of pounds of insects bats eat every year. Helps farmers, helps us, helps crops. They're also great pollinators, bats that, especially down in like more tropical areas. I don't know if you can hear all the squeaking. They're getting very, very ready. But what is a bat to do when it is, especially our northern Ohio, our northern Ohio bats? We have about 10 different species of bats that live in the parts of Ohio that aren't, say, I think there's like 13 if we count the Hocking Hills in southern Ohio. But, in our area of Ohio, we have about 10 different species, right? 5 of them. So my question then, what is a bat to do when they eat insects? 2 choices, and about 5 of our bats stay right here. The big brown bat and the little brown bat and a few others stay right here, and they hibernate. And then we have 4 others that migrate, and they go south, and that's cool, very cool, because we've been talking this whole month about what the changing amount of daylight, what it precipitates, what starts to happen because of the changing amount of daylights, and migration is one of those things. And so bats will leave. They use landmarks, visual landmarks. They also use, scientists have discovered, they also use magnetism and the magnetic poles to know where they're migrating to. So kind of what in their brain could make them do that is beyond my scope, but certainly is something to sit with and be amazed by. But then our bats that stay behind, that hibernate here, that's so interesting in and of itself. Bats have a very high metabolism during the year, and they're out eating, like I said, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of insects every night. And their heart rates are between like 200 and 300 beats a minute. Very fast metabolism. That could not be if they couldn't stay in that state and not eat, right? Because the insects are going to be going away pretty soon. So they're still active now because there's still a lot of insects out. But when in November and into December, when we have our first frost and the insect populations really dwindle, the bats are going to go into what they call torpor, and it's a state of hibernation where everything just completely slows down. Their 200 to 300 beats a minute is going to go down to like 10 beats a minute. They'll go minutes without taking a breath. They'll actually reduce their energy output by 98%. They will just basically, and their body temperature becomes very, very, very cold. And some bats can stay in this state for a long period of time, and then others will wake up on occasion and increase their body temperature and such, but then go back into this state of torpor throughout the winter time. So they are really, really fascinating and getting really loud. I don't know if that's being picked up by my little microphone, but they're squeaking their little heads off. And so I know that they're still awake. They haven't gone into this point of hibernation, but of course it's glorious out, so why would they? And lots of insects to be had. So enjoy National Bat Week. Enjoy your Halloween as it's coming up. Maybe put a bat decoration out to celebrate these amazing creatures. And just think about some of the things I mentioned as far as this like ability to use magnetism to migrate. This idea of dropping so like plummeting heart rates from 300 beats a minute to 10. It's just remarkable and amazing in every way. And it points to such an amazing and creative God. So I hope you enjoy time. I'm going to give you just a little look at the colors in the park right now and just how glorious it is to live in Ohio and to see all the reds, all the oranges and such, and then kind of just show you where I am looking up. You can see there's the park sign. You can see just to the right of that, all that white, and that's all their little poop coming out, because there's just a whole bunch of them up in there. And I was hoping while I was here they would drop down. And they haven't done it yet, but they will be doing it soon. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Get out and enjoy all the beauty. I'm going to be gone tomorrow, which is why I thought I would do an evening thing, and had to talk about the bats with it being Bat Week. So I will see you on Sunday. Bye.